Can you tell us a bit about yourself, your name and your personal background, where you grew up?
Yeah, my name is Abdullah Hafizi, and I'm from Afghanistan. I born in Panjshir. It's a small province in Afghanistan, and I grew up in Afghanistan. I grew up in Pakistan. Like we migrated from Afghanistan to Pakistan when I was a kid, when I was a child in 1999, and then we stayed there for almost 17 years. And I learned art in there. I did my schooling. I learned English. I learned computer, and then we relocated back to Afghanistan. In 2016, I started my bachelor degree in computer science. I did my bachelor's in computer science, and I also do some IT trainings. And beside that, I was also doing art with the FGArtlords, and yeah.
How did you get connected to the Art Lords?
Yeah, there was a friend of mine in 2021. He had come back to Afghanistan after a long year from USA, and he was doing ethnography, research in Afghanistan. And he knew the CEO or like the head of Art Lords, like they were best friends. And from there, like once upon just like a day, we were sitting together. We were talking to about art, about writing, and things like that. So he said, I just told him that I'm also an artist. I have done art. I have done a lot of art. And he said, there's a space, there's a place by the name of Art Lords. Do you know that there are some walls that are there are a lot of murals? I said, yeah, there are a lot of murals. So who are they? He said, Art Lords. Don't you know that? I said, oh, I didn't know that. He said, you can go and you can join too. And he said, I can introduce you to them. I said, why not? And then we went there because the environment was so friendly, so nice. They just said, yes, you can come anytime you want. You can join and work here. And yeah, do whatever you want here. So that was a good chance for me. I joined Art Lords in June 2021. I started doing a lot of paintings, and also I started learning with the teacher as well. That was the time I...
Was the Art Lords, they were based in Kabul?
Yeah. The headquarter was in Kabul,
Yeah.
but they had also other small offices in different provinces, because our work was not just in one city, it was in different cities of Afghanistan.
And is that typical that like artists from Afghanistan, like they would almost anybody could be welcomed into the Art Lords, or is there some sort of process that if an artist wanted to become part of the Art Lords, is there
Yeah, there was a specific process, and like if someone really wants to get in to be part of Art Lords, so he has to like sign a contract or be very specific. But there was also like guys who just wanted to be part of Art Lords just like as a part-time, to do artwork, come to the gallery, visit, just work. But they're not being paid. Like that was what I was doing. I was allowed to go to gallery, work, paint, and I was not being paid unless if there is a project. Like I was not a member of their personnel, unless if there is a project, a mural, so let's do that and we will be paid. But the other work that we were doing there was just individual work for the gallery, and if that's sold, so we will be paid, but they're like a commission.
Yeah.
And that was how the team was working, the Art Lords.
And do you, when the Art Lords were in Kabul and in Afghanistan, was there, do you have a sense of how they began, like when they began and what their mission was?
Yeah, so Umaid Sharifi, he is the head of FGArtlords. He founded FGArtlords. So he was living here in USA. He had this idea because he had seen a lot of this changes in West. So I think he had this idea to bring it to Afghanistan, and because there was so much need of this art in Afghanistan, so he brought this idea. In 2014, he established FGArtlords for social transformation, for bringing change or bringing beauty to the city of Kabul, especially because a lot of bomb blast walls were erected. For like government was doing this, erecting a lot of bomb blast walls in order to protect themselves, but not the civilians in some way. So it was giving a very negative psychological impact to the people, and that was the idea came up to paint those walls and give a different angle to the city. That was the idea of him.
And when did you come to the United States?
I came to the United States in March 2022. Like I've been almost it's gonna be 7 months to be in the United States.
And when you came to the United States and you relocated to Brattleboro,
Yeah.
Vermont, who was the Art Lords? There were already Art Lord members in Vermont, and or did you kind of like who started the Art Lords in Brattleboro? How did the group?
When
start?
we ended up in USA, so there were already two of our members in Vermont, because they were our friends, they were our close friends. So we also chose Vermont. So we became 5, and as a fact, we thought that we are still a team, and let's do it again. And it was just not our decision and idea, but also the support of community and the agencies that they motivated us. They like appreciated our work, and they also wanted artwork in the town. So that was an idea to to get motivated and to redo and restart our work. So as a team, we started our work. We did different murals in the town.
Do you think of your work in Vermont or in Brattleboro or in the United States? Do you take a different approach to it, to making your art, than you did when you were in Afghanistan? Or is it very similar?
What we did in Afghanistan was totally different. It was mostly related to doing activism, activism through art. But here what we do is just beautifying the town. There is no any politics in our artwork. There's just beauty and simple messages.
Is that because it would be hard for Vermonters or Americans to understand the politics?
I think there is already, for myself, as I think, there is a lot of politics out there in a lot of media, different media. But if we also use somehow politics in our artwork, that would be a little maybe people will get bored of that, because there is a lot of politics out there. People need beauty. That's my idea, to not use politics somehow. But what we did last time with the Museum of Brattleboro was somehow there was politics, but still there was beauty. We will do activism, or we will use politics, but through our individual artwork, not the murals or the artwork that is for town, for the people.
Can you tell us a little about your work that's in this show? where was it made, and maybe a couple of the ideas behind them?
Yeah, my artwork that we see back on the wall, these are all about my life, my story. That's just related to myself. Um, I like to express myself through art, to whatever the talent I have, through writing and painting or drawing. And these paintings show different stories in different places. They have been painted in different times in different places. For example, this image is last year from September 2021. This depicts the moment that when I felt peace for real, peace for real. I was like, my whole body was feeling peace. It was in Albania. Then when we evacuated from Afghanistan, and when we got to Albania, and Albania is like a very peaceful place. It's I didn't see any police actually in there. And like we were free to go anywhere we wanted to go, and it was like I was free and I was feeling totally myself. And that came up an idea to do something like that. This depicts that moment of my life in Albania. And then the other one, this one is really personal. That has got a lot of emotions and a lot of story inside. I have mentioned a lot of subjects or topics in my statement, that what are those things that involve in this artwork. It was mostly about childhood traumas and like different periods of life, experiencing different hardship in life. So that depicts those subjects which I have in my statement. I don't want to repeat it because that will make me felt again. I don't want to. And that's the other one, which is right on my back. This is pretty new, that I did it last month. And this is like very obvious. I did it with acrylic color. I used acrylic color. There is a guy with white color. That's myself. I used white color just like a peaceful person, and also not to harm someone, not someone to harm other people. But the colors that are in front of him, this is the different sayings of people that I have heard all these years in my life. Different sayings, different humiliations, insult, negative sayings that I have got. But still, this guy who is there with white color, he's protecting somehow. He has built a fence, a defense fence that stops those sayings of people. That's why he is safe. He's white, but the background is totally black. The world is black to him. But because he is still sad in that mood, is like he's sad about the people, why people are doing that. Although he is safe that he has protected himself, and he is still sad like why people are like that. Yeah, that was the idea.
Do you have, maybe it's a kind of a final question, do you have, where do you think your art is going to go in the future? What do you hope to do with your art, and maybe what you hope the Artlords in southern Vermont would be?
Yeah, so in the future, I have intended to do a lot of artwork as a muralist, a lot of murals for the town, or maybe not just the town, but different towns, different states. In the United States, that is what my plan is, to do a lot of my really best part of work will be to do collaborative artwork with different people. That I did some with different people. That was very energetic. That was like very great. I learned a lot. That will be my intentions to do in the future, my plans. But as an individual art pieces, I will keep doing art pieces when I finish my story through those art pieces. That I've intended to do 40 pieces that will depict different periods of my life, and I will use different mediums to do those 40 pieces. That is just like a part of my project for the future. It will take a long time, as maybe 5 years or 4 years until I get 30, because I still need to experience a lot of things in my life. So that 40 piece will cover those things. I still haven't found that state to complete those 40 pieces, but I will do from childhood until now. But as a teamwork, I will keep doing murals. That I love doing murals. When I paint on the wall, that's another feeling. That vibe is like expressible. It feels really great. It heals my inside when I paint. So I will keep doing murals as a team. Yeah.
Do you want to tell me your name and maybe a little bit about growing up?
درباره خود بگو و همچنان درباره که کلانشی کامل.
میترا خاموش هستم از افغانستان و تولدم در بدخشان شد.
My name is Mitra Khamosh. I'm from Afghanistan. I was born in Badakhshan, one of the biggest and northern provinces of Afghanistan.
And can you tell me about how artwork, making art was a part of your childhood and a part of becoming who you are?
میتونی درباره کار هنریت بگی که آیا این بخش از طفولیت بود یا بخش پسان زندگی که کلان شدی؟
خب من تقریبا صنف 11 مکتب بودم که در بخش آرت کار میکردم. تصاویر و رسامی گپا شخصی پیش خود کار میکردم چون علاقه داشتم، اما به این فکر نمیکردم که یک روز برسه و من مکمل آرتیست شوم و همگی مرا بشناسن. و زمانی که دیدم که من استعداد دارم در وجود خود میبینم و من شروع کردم به آرت و کم کم drawing, نقاشی گپا شروع کردم.
Yeah, when I was in class 11th, I found about myself that I can do art, or I was drawing, I was painting different pictures with myself, and I had never any idea of someday that I could be an artist or people would know me as an artist. And then when I finished school, I joined university, and there I did fine arts. I did my bachelor's and also in fine arts, and that kept me doing to be involved in art so far.
Your artist statement addresses this a little bit, but can you talk about how the instruction of art for boys is different than for girls?
در استیتمنت خود گفتی که مثلا چیزی گفتی درباره هنر دختر خانم‌ها که برشون سخت بوده. آیا به نظر خودت فرق میکنه در افغانستان هنر به پسرا و دختر خانم‌ها؟
بله فرق میکنه، چون دختر خانم‌ها اجازه زیر ندارن که بیرون کار کنن و باز به خصوص به نقاشی، چون بعضی فامیلا اجازه نمیتن، تشویق نمیکنن و هنری که در وجودشان هسته نمیتونن که را به روی کنواس اینا نمایش بگذارن و تعلیم و درس در مقابل از اینکه نسبت به پسرها به دخترها بسیار کم است، به همین خاطر نمیتونن که اونا ادامه بدن.
Yeah, there is an obvious difference between boys and girls like there is less motivation and appreciation towards girls, specifically about their art. They are never appreciated, and in some families they're even not allowed to join art at school or in any way. So that was a challenge for myself to just pursue art. So there is a very big difference. There are a lot of conservative families. They do not allow girls to do art, and they never appreciate that.
It seems like that women were very welcome in the art lords in Afghanistan. Does that seem right?
قسمی معلوم میشه که The Art Lord نظر به ای که مثلا ما دیدیم دختر خانم، یعنی منظورشان همی است که دختر خانم زیاد بوده، به این معنی که یعنی آرت لورد بسیار خوش آمدید زیاد گفته به دختر خانم ها را زیاد دوجه اجازه دادن.
چون رئیس ما امید شریفی که بود زیاد تشویق میکردن دختر خانم را در بخش، زیادتر میخواستن که فعالیت انجام بدن و هنر که دارن اونا را به مردم نشان بدن و چیزی که در ذهنشان است، در فکرشان است بیشتر کار کنن و تشویق شون.
Yeah, because of our the head of our team, Art Lords, he was a very open and bright-minded person. He always welcomed girls mostly, and he was always appreciating our artwork. So that was the reason that Art Lords was mostly of girls or women or girls were involved in a greater or broader way.
And when did you first come to know the art lords?
چی وقت بار اول آمدی با آرت لورد؟
زمانی که من تصاویرشان میدیدم در صفحه اجتماعی و در تلویزیون مصاحبهشان میدیدم، بسیار علاقمندی شدید پیدا کردم که من هم عضوی تیم شوم و کار کنم. یک روز زیاد میخواستم که در این تیم بیایم و یکی از دوستانم بود، همزمان همراهشان در یک گالری کار میکردم و درباره امی علاقمندیم برشان گفتم و او گفت که من میتونم که خودت شامل از این تیم بسازم. باز رفتم عضویت تیم گرفتم و تقریبا 4 سال با آرت لورد کار کردم.
Yeah, so it was I was always seeing Art Lords art, murals, their interviews on TV, in radio, and also in Facebook, in my mobile phone always, and that got my attention, and I was seeking some way to get involved with him. I was really enthusiastic to be the part of this team. So prior to joining or to becoming a member of Art Lord, I had another friend of mine who knew about Art Lord, and also I was involved in another gallery with her, and I expressed my enthusiasm and my interest into becoming the member of Art Lord, and there she just said that I can help you to connect you with Art Lord, and she connected me and I got membership of Art Lord, and from there I continued, and it's been 4 years that I'm I worked for 4 years for Art Lord.
Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement with Art Lords in Vermont?
ای که در ورمانت هنوزم ما با آرت لورد پیوسته هستیم و تیمی را داریم. درباره ازی چیز گفتنی داریم؟
زمانی که ما در افغانستان بودیم و طالبا آمدن و تمام کارهای ما را با رنگ سفید کردن و زحمت‌های ما را مکمل سفید کردن، ما فکر کردم که دیگه نمیتونم که ادامه بدیم. همه چیز خلاص شد و تمام شد و چانسی که به ما برابر شد آمدیم به ورمانت آمدیم و تیم یک جای شده، به من بسیار احساس خوشی داد و تانستیم که این تیم دوباره سرپا بسازیم و به فعالیت‌های خود دوباره شروع کنیم و خیلی احساس خوب هم میده که میتونم که هنر خود اینجا پیش ببرم.
When in 2021, when Taliban took over the country and they painted over our all murals and they just damaged and destroyed our all artwork in the gallery. So I got a very disappointed feeling that we will never be working as a team or creating murals again anymore. But when we ended up, we five as a team again in Vermont, we got an idea, and I got hopeful again to redo artwork or murals in the town. So I'm hopeful again for the future to do murals as a team.
Do you think of when you make art that there is your personal work and then there was FGArtlords artwork?
زمانی که ما به خود اگر نقاشی کنم حس میکنم که مثلا کارهایی که کردیم تمامش کارهایی است که خودم خواستیم شخصی و خوش داشتم، علاقه‌مندیش داشتم که میاره و تصویر بکشم و از کار تیمی که کار میکنیم و اون زمان فکر میکنم کامرای آرتلود کار میکنم.
Yeah, whenever I do or I paint individual artwork with myself, that is what I like to do, or what I like to bring those images or those feelings on canvas. That is just my personal idea. But when I do artwork as a team with the ArtLord, that is just related to ArtLord.
Do you want to tell us about any particular piece or pieces that are in this show?
درباره از کاری که انجام دادی میتونیم باره کدام خاصش؟
تصویری که است نشان دهنده جنگ است در افغانستان که نزدیک مکتب انفجار شده بود و تمام اطفال بودن که در جریان درس بودن و این حالت است که میخواه فرار کنه و تمام مکتبای خود انتقال بوده و رنگایی که از استفاده کردیم رنگ سرخ و سیاه و معنای تاریکی است و سرخش هم خشونت است و پشت سرم دود و اینا است که فریاد زده، یعنی نشان داده که یعنی همگیشان فریاد میکنن اطفالی که هستن.
I would like to talk about this the biggest of my artwork, which is on display here. That is a girl crying sadly. It's an image from a very big bomb blast in a school, in a girls' school back in Afghanistan, in Kabul, where girls were studying in the school. They were during the study, but all of a sudden when there is a bomb blasts and girls are just escaping, fleeing from there, but that girl just she grabs her book and she's trying to get out of there, but she's also crying. And the colors that I have used, which are flowing underneath of that book, is black and red, which shows darkness, violence, and bloodshed, and the gray color, which depicts the fog, that is the smoke and fog that shows that also shows violence and crying of other girls during that time. So it's a total depiction of the violences and war in Afghanistan.
Do you have ideas or hopes for your artwork in the future?
آیا برای آینده ایده های داری و هم آرزومند هستی درباره آینده که کار هنری در پیش ببری؟
بله دقیقاً چون هنر که از یک بخش از زندگی است و هیچ وقت نمیخوایم که از هنر خود دور باشم و پلانی که دارم میخوایم که آرزوی است که برآورده شوم یک نمایشگاه شخصی که مربوط خودم باشه میخوایم که داشته باشم و تمام امی داستان زندگی خود با 10 تابلو میخوایم بیان کنم امی آرزوی است.
Yeah, art has been always part of my life, and I do have a lot of ideas. But the favorite part of my plan in the future is to bring out my story on canvases through my paintings, and that is my biggest wish so far, that I want to have a big exhibition of my artwork only, very just related to me, and that exhibition would be just mine, which would depict the story of my life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
زهره نادم هستم از افغانستان.
My name is Zohra Nadim, and I'm from Afghanistan.
Can you tell me a little bit about how art making was part of your childhood?
خورد بودم به نقاشی علاقه داشتم در جریان مکتب راه آوردم به هنر نقاشی و پیش استاد رفتم آموزش دیدم.
Yeah, so I have been doing art, like I was doing art when I was a child, since and I was later at school, and then when I found out that I have a talent of this, I went to a tutor who taught art to me, and I learned art.
Mm-hmm. And when did you kind of think about pursuing art as an adult? Like when was that? When did you know that you wanted to make art and have it be part of your life moving forward?
چی خواستی که امی هنر کس هنر نقاشی را وقتی فهمیدی و کلان شدی یعنی بخوای که نمی هنر کس و بخش از زندگیت باشه و امی مسلکت باشه چی وقت ای را آغاز کردی؟
تقریبا 12-13 سال داشتم که فهمیدم که استعداد هنر نقاشی را دارم. بعد شروع کردم و ادامه دادم. تقریبا 10 سال 11 سال میشه که در بخش هنر من فعالیت دارم. وقتی که در دوران مکتب وقتی که کار میکردم دیدم واقعا علاقه بیشتر دارم، به این دلیل خواستم مسلکم انتخابش کنم و از مکتبم وقتی که فارغ شدم وارد پانزه هنرها شدم و به شکل مسلکی آموختم.
When I was 12, I found out that I have talent in this art or in painting. So I started learning it with a tutor during when I was going to school. Then when I finished the school, I started learning it at the university or college. And so far I have been involved. It's been 12 years that I'm involved in doing art in different places and for different reasons.
I understand you were part of an art group before Artlords that worked within the community. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
در جریانی که وارد کالج شدم در پلی از او وارد بعضی از سازمان‌های شدم که فعالیت‌های هنری داشتیم و بیشتر تمرکز ما سر اطفال خیابانی بود و به خاطر کمپاین محیط زیست کار میکردیم. بعد از اون تصمیم گرفتیم ما و دوستم میترا جان که یک گالری از خود داشته باشیم که ما گالری تشکیل دادیم به نام
دختران صورتگر که در تیم ما صرف دخترها کار میکرد و از طریق تیمی که داشتیم، گالری که داشتیم، فعالیت‌های بیشتر داشتیم، پروژه دیوانگاری داشتیم که روی خیابان کار میکردیم و ادامه دادیم و بعد از اون وارد آرتلوردز شدم که یک مدت کم اونجا عضویت داشتم. بدون از او امرای دخترای بی سواد کار میکردم که برشان نقاشی آموزش میدادم. تقریبا 17 دختر بود.
Prior to coming to or joining Artlord, I was involved in different organizations. There was an organization by the name of G Plus or G Positive, which was campaigning or collecting street kids and teaching them art, and that was a big part of his life. And then there was another organization, they were campaigning for environmental changes, so we were doing artwork. And also there was another organization that was specifically for girls. I taught art and there to 2 girls. And beside that, I and my best friend Mitra, we found out, or we established our gallery, which was just for girls, and the name of our gallery was Portrait Girls, which in Persian its name is Dokhtaran Suratkar. And we were doing artworks, specifically murals for different businesses and people, and also artwork or portraits of different leaders or people as a commission. And this gallery was just like for girls, so our team was involved only girls.
How did you find out and get connected to the Artlords?
چطور توانستی که با آرتلورد بپیوستی؟ چطور پیدا کردی؟ راه پیدا کردی؟
میترا در آرتلوردز عضویت داشت چون دوست صمیمیم از همیشه یک جای کار میکردیم و دلیل از اینکه یک چیز واضح سازه اقتصادی افغانستان بسیار زیاد خوب نبود و ما نمیتونستیم به تنهایی خود بیشتر فعالیت داشته باشیم، کارهای ما نسبتاً کمتر بود و اون خاطر خواستم عضویت آرتلوردز هم داشته باشم و از طریق از اون فعالیت‌های هنری خود داشته باشم و از طریق میترا عضویت آرتلوردز گرفتم.
So before myself, Mitra was already involved. She was there in Artlords, and because she was my friend, she always suggested me and introduced me with the Artlords team, and there I got a connection and I joined with the Artlords. And because it was obvious that the economical situation of Afghanistan and the personal financials was not so good, it was very low. So it was not easy to just be independent, continuing or running one gallery. So we had to join other artworks as well, or doing other artworks. So that was a chance to join Artlords, to keep doing art, and as well as to earn some money as well.
So then, how do you feel about your involvement with the Artlords in Vermont? Let's see if I can get to
چی احساس داری که فعلا با تیمی را که ما تشکیل دادیم در ورمانت هنوزم به نام آرتلورد کار میکنیم و چی حس داری که یک جای ما با هم کار میکنیم این تیم که تشکیل
این خوب است که ما بازم تونستیم چند نفر کنار هم گرد آمده بازم ما فعالیت‌های هنری خود داشته باشیم. درست است ای که ما هنرمند هستیم اما یک نفر به تنهایی خود نمیتونه کار بیشتر انجام بده. به این خاطر من بسیار امیدوار هستم به خاطر تیمی که اینجا هستیم و فعالیت‌های هنری که داریم.
Actually, it's a great feeling. Despite all the challenges, we still got a chance to be a team and to work as a team again in Vermont. And I'm really hopeful for the future because it's not easy to do a lot of work to be one person or just as a one person. So that's a great idea that we are again working as a team in the town. That's a great feeling for me.
I'm gonna see if I can get this. We're gonna edit out all my ums, but so see if this makes sense. But in Afghanistan, the Art Lords is part of your life. You have you right the
Yeah.
I mean, because you're running a gallery and you may be working with another group, and the Art Lords is both a job and it's kind of part of your life. In Vermont, does it feel like Art Lords is your whole life? Like, is it, or is it also a part of your, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, because there's so much, I mean, you three are living together,
Yes.
and and like your studio is in your apartment, like it's all there. Has it become a larger part of your life than it was in Afghanistan? And is that okay?
میگه قسمی که وقتی در افغانستان بودی آرتلورد یک بخشی از زندگیت بود به خاطر مسلک به خاطر زندگی اما فعلا کال در ورمانت هستی آیا هنوزم یک بخش از زندگیت است یا در کل مکمل زندگیت وابسته به آرتلورد است یا کاری که ما انجام میدیم آیا مکمل همین نقاشی مکمل هنر نقاشی و نام آرتلورد کلا مکمل زندگیت در بر گرفته یا جست فعلا هم یک بخش از زندگی است
یک چیز واضح است که هر کس زندگی شخصی خود داره در بخش کاری هم در بخش شخصی هم و آرتلورز قسمی که گفتیم بخش از فعالیت های ماست اما نمیشه که ما در کل تعریف کنیم که در کل آرتلورز کل فعالیت های هنری ما را در بر میگیره یک قسمتش است که ما فعالیت داریم.
Yeah, it's obvious that Artlord was part of my life back in Afghanistan and it's the same as well in here. It's just part of my life because everyone has got a personal life and personal things to do. So not all of my artwork is related with the Artlord, but it's all my personal artwork. But what we do as a group is just working for the Artlords. Yeah, and as a team.
Do you want to tell me about some of the work that's in this space right now?
درباره کاری که فعلا انجام دادی در فعلا نمیشه که است میخوایی درباره از اینا برام چیزی بگی از این کار
این کاری که است سبک شبسترک است با استفاده از رنگ اکریلیک کار شده و برق طلا هم استفاده کردیم که در جریان کار از مواد که استفاده کردیم در پالوی رنگ از استیپ استفاده کردیم و مفهومش در کل در برگیرنده زندگی است در چرخ زندگی که زندگی همیشه در گذر است و رنگهایش هر کدام از خود مفهوم داره.
So this part of my work or this piece of my work is this is an abstract artwork that I have done and the medium that I've used is acrylic color and also gold paper in it and because it also has got some tape in it I use tape in this and in the different colors in circle it means the circulation or circle of life that life is in continuation it never stops because it has different colors so every different color has its meaning in this circle.
Does this piece feel different than your portrait work?
آیا این کاری که فعلا انجام دادی ابسترکت از برات احساس کار متفاوت میده که وقتی که کاری که در کابل انجام میدادی در گالری؟
طبعا چون سبک من ریالیسم است و ای که بیاییم یک سبک دیگه کار کنیم طبعا حس خوبه داره.
Yeah, that's
the
very
focus.
obvious that I have been following realism genre all the time, and I have newly come into abstract genre. That's very obvious for me, and it feels different.
Are you hoping to do more abstract work in the future?
بله شاید در اندام کار کنم چون من در کابلم کار کرده بودم سبک ابسترکت برام خوشایند بود همیشه علاقه داشتیم در پالی از که سبک ریالیسم بسیار زیاد دوست دارم و سبک ما همیشه کار میکنم میخوایم ادامه بتون در پالی سبک ریالیسم سبک ابسترکت
Yes, I will keep continuing doing art and abstract genre as well, but my first choice and that I always loved was realism. But this is also, I'm welcoming this genre as well. I will keep doing both.
All right, can you tell us a little bit about Nagina, who is the other artist that's in this show?
Yeah, Nagina Azimi, she is one of our friend, our team member, and she had been very much involved in Artlords than us for so long. Here in Vermont as well, we are together as a team. We are working and involved. The artwork that she has here is mostly about herself and women.
Are any of these self-portraits?
No, none of them are her like self-portrait, but somehow their stories or the feelings that they have, and that would depict her life or some part of her life.
Do you know when has art been an important part of her life from a very young age?
I really don't know that when did she start painting, but like she has been involved in art very professionally, more than myself, with the Artlords, and she has been doing a lot of art.
Was she part of the Artlords in Afghanistan before you were?
Yes, she was part of Artlords before I was there, and she has done a lot of murals with the team, which was in Afghanistan and different parts of Afghanistan. She has done a lot of murals.
And when did she come with you? Did she arrive at the same time as you did in the United States, or was she before you?
No, we arrived together.
Together.
We entered together to the United States, yeah. But coming to Vermont, she was like later than us. She came later to Vermont.
And I understand that some of these paintings were actually made in Afghanistan and they weren't made in the United States.
Yeah, two of them are made in the in Afghanistan, the big ones, which really depicts her personal life stories. And the other two little ones are they are made. One was made in Albania, and the other one, this one was made in Albania, and this one was is made in the United States.
In the United States.
Yeah.
And she is part of your team in Vermont, and I guess even though maybe you could tell us about the fifth member of your team as well, even though she doesn't have any work here, but it would seem an important part of your team.
Yeah, our fifth member, her name is Marwa Azimi. Marwa is sister of Nagina, actually. They are sisters. And Marwa and Mitra, they had been to United States prior to us, and they were here. But she's also involved when we do murals as a teamwork. she does. She didn't want to actually to add her artwork here, I guess. And she was also very busy. She works 2 shifts, so
Mhm.
yeah, she couldn't.